As the mayor of Snack City, it is my responsibility to make sure that it is well stocked and thriving. Inventory was running a bit low this week, so I made 48 pepperoni pizza bites to join in on the fun. If you're new here, Snack City is the name that I have given to the space in my freezer that holds all of my meal prepped snacks. It's magical, it's wonderful, and it's protected by the Snack City Defense Force, aka the Zwilling Fresh and Safe vacuum system, but more on that later. Let's learn how to make these bad boys first. Like any good pizza, you've got to start out with a dough. To a large bowl, add 1.5 cups or 180 grams of oat flour, 2 teaspoons or 8 grams of baking powder, 1 teaspoon or 4 grams each of onion powder and garlic powder, and then a half a teaspoon or 3 grams of salt. Stir that together until everything is well incorporated. I want to note before I get too far into this that I use metric weights when I make these recipes. I highly recommend getting a food scale and measuring by weight for the most accurate measurements. Volumetric measurements just leave too much room for variation. Next to the bowl, you can add 6 tablespoons or 90 grams of liquid egg whites and 1.5 cups or 330 grams of plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. I buy my egg whites at Costco, and I honestly think that the money I save from buying egg whites there alone pays for the cost of my yearly membership. Stir the eggs and yogurt into the flour until everything has been properly hydrated. Then get out a mutant-sized mini muffin tin or 2 normal-sized ones and spray it liberally with oil. No, number one when it comes to this recipe is not greasing your muffin tin. Stuck pizza bites will drive any rational human being to the brink of insanity. I even take it as far as using a paper towel to ensure I'm getting an even coating of oil on all sides of the wells too. Next comes one of the trickier parts of this recipe that you're probably not going to be very good at the first couple of times you make this. You have to make your best guess at how to divide the dough evenly between the 48 wells. I found that about a half of a scoop of a number 60 cookie scoop or around a half of a tablespoon is the perfect amount. I've made these pizza bites probably 30 times over the past 4 years and I still can't get it right. I was 2 wells short here. Now, you can just leave it like this and make 46 instead of 48 and there won't be any issue aside from running out of pizza bites 2 chomps before you should have. If you want to stretch it to the full 48, look for the wells that have a visibly higher amount of dough in them and play Robin Hood, taking from the rich and giving to the poor until all of your wells have been filled. Tricky part number 2 comes next. A pointy spoon rather than one that is rounded is going to work better for this step. You have to take that dough and form it into the well to create the pizza bite shape. This is another step where practice makes perfect, and it's going to be tedious the first few times you make these. The best way to do it is to place the point of the spoon in the center of the well, then drag the dough up the side of the well using the back of the spoon while applying a bit of pressure. Do this around the circumference of the well until all sides are filled. The slight pressure will help push the excess dough out from behind the spoon and fill the walls of the well next to where your spoon is traveling, making this way easier than if you were just trying to paint the dough up the sides. If you have any wells that still look like they are lacking on dough, take some dough from the richer wells and redistribute. You won't need much, just use the back of your spoon to scrape off a little bit of the excess from the rich well and move it to the poor well until you have enough to cover the sides. Then you can go back through each well and fill the hole in the bottom by using more of a painting motion to cover that base. Once all of your wells have been completely covered with dough, you can par bake at 425 Fahrenheit or 218 Celsius for 4 to 6 minutes. While that's in the oven, take 15 slices or 30 grams of pepperoni and cut it into a small dice. A little goes a long way here because you're cutting it very small. I actually prefer turkey pepperoni in this recipe because it's less oily, but the way I have it written and the macros estimated at the end, use regular pepperoni. Pull the tray out of the oven after you start to see some browning around the edges, and then measure out 1 cup or 240 grams of marinara sauce and begin filling the wells with the cutest little dollop of sauce. After you're done saucing, measure out 3/4 of a cup or 84 grams of shredded mozzarella cheese and place a 2-finger pinch on top of each pizza bite. Remember that it's always easier to add more to a well if you have extra at the end than it will be to take some off the top of a pizza bite to give to another. Push any of the cheese that's sitting on top of the tray onto one of the pizza bites and then top them with your diced pepperoni. These are going to go back into the oven for 6 to 10 minutes or until the cheese has begun to brown and smell like a pizza shop. If you wish, you can add a bit of chopped parsley over the top for a garnish to make it look nice. The only other reason to add the parsley is for the leafy green law, which states that any food with even a speck of leafy greens legally counts as a salad. If you greased your pan well, the pizza bites should pop out with ease. I like to take my thumb around part of the crust and slowly turn it inside of the well until it breaks free so that I can pull it out and set it aside. Sometimes you'll get cranky ones that won't want to come out, and sliding a butter knife in behind the crust to get underneath to help pop it up will be all the coaxing that it needs. Once in a while I'll get a pizza bite in a well that I didn't oil good enough, and I have to completely mutilate it to get it free. Those ones are immediate donations to my belly and they don't make it all the way to Snack City. As I pull the pizza bites from the wells, I set them on top of the pan to give them some air and allow them to cool down and let off some of their steam. Then once they have cooled, I move them to a smaller sheet pan that I can fit inside of my freezer so that they can flash freeze. If you're going to vacuum seal these, they must be flash frozen first, otherwise you will completely smush them when pulling out all of the air. Then I take that sheet pan and move it to the freezer, where I place it in an entirely stable and non-precarious position where there is no way it will fall to the ground and completely ruin my day when I open the freezer in a few hours. I'm fine. After I put a curse on my freezer for doing that to me, I did a little remake, and now I can take my frozen solid pizza bites and place them into a Zwilling Fresh and Safe vacuum bag to prepare for their long sleep. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that the Snack City Defense Force was built with the Zwilling Fresh and Safe vacuum set, and I've been using it for everything that goes in Snack City for about a year now. It's the perfect solution to allow you to open and close the bags to grab out a snack, but still easily re-vacuum the bags to remove the air and to prevent freezer burn. Not only is it beneficial to helping your food stay fresh for longer, but it's also just fun to use. When I first got it, I was trying to suck the air out of everything in my kitchen. There's something immensely satisfying about watching the folds of the plastic conform around whatever it is you have inside of the bag. When all the air is pulled out, move that bag into Snack City. What I use is the Zwilling Fresh and Safe vacuum starter set. It comes with the vacuum pump, one small and large glass container, as well as 2 small and 2 medium of the vacuum bags. Now, I told Zwilling, these people are trying to make Snack City, not Snack Town. They need more bags. So if you're in the US and you purchase the vacuum starter set with the code MEALPREP at checkout, they'll toss in 10 extra bags for free. Each of these pepperoni pizza bites has about 33 calories with 2.2 grams of protein. So for 10 of them, you're looking at about 330 calories and 22 grams of protein. It's not bad for a little snack. Now for reheating, the air fryer is the way to go. It's the easiest way to keep them crispy. Take a bag out of the freezer, pull out however many you want to eat, and place them into your air fryer basket. I put mine in the air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 204 Celsius for about 5 minutes or until they are no longer frozen. They'll burn quick, so just keep an eye on them. Reseal and re-vacuum your bag while you're waiting and throw it back into Snack City. You can microwave these to reheat or use the regular oven, but with the microwave they won't be crispy, and with the oven it will take 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not going to stand here and tell you that this is the easiest recipe in the world to make. It's not. The prep process is tedious, and when you're not practiced at the technique, it can get annoying, but you reap what you sow, and boy are these a great snack. If you're anything like me and you've got something on the TV just before bedtime, your stomach will be yelling at you. It's at those times where Snack City becomes invaluable. Walking to your freezer and picking from a wide variety of snacks that can help keep you on track with your nutritional goals will be a lifesaver. These pepperoni pizza bites can be waiting for you inside of your own Snack City. I'll include a link to the written version of this recipe in the description below. Thanks to Zwilling for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out that Fresh and Safe vacuum starter set, I'll include a link to that in the description as well. That's all I got for you guys this week. If you wanted to help me out, it would mean a lot if you shared this video with your friends, or for that matter, any of my other videos. See you guys next week.